fine. I am Sexy Frenchie. I'm 30 for now. It's my birthday Sunday. And I'm French. And I work mainly on StreamMate and Skype Private. That allows me to do Skype shows, paid per minute or prepaid. I started working in the adult industry 9 years ago when I moved to New Zealand, and my plan was to become a waitress. Well, be a waitress there, but no. I kind of paid a visit to a strip club because I'd never been into a strip club, and so I was like, yay, I've got money, I'm gonna go in there and see what happens. And I ended up working an entire year, 6 to 7 days a week at that strip club because I liked it so much. So that was the first time I stepped inside the day life of sex industry. Camming is my main source of income. That's my only job. It's been 3.5 years almost. It is this way. Yeah, I do nothing else, which is good. How much do I make? If I'm really, really lazy, I make $1,400 a month, which gives me, I think, about 1,200 euros. And right now I'm not lazy, so I make $1,800 to $2,000 a month, and I work 28 hours a week at most. So good deal. It's good. Normal. But since I'm like 17, I kind of I had opportunities to have sex with girls, threesomes, foursomes, bisexual boyfriends and girlfriends. A lot of opportunities and meeting people with very open-minded. So I became this way even more, and I think that helps a lot to get into this kind of job. And the network kind of I've got at home and friends, you know, kind of all my friends are sex friends, so it's just nice. I like the freedom of like doing one night stands and just calling someone and do that. So it's a lot of freedom, and so my job is a lot of freedom too, and I think that's very linked. You have to be free. I remember where it was because I was still in New Zealand, started in 2013, and that was kind of funny because with my friend Angela, we were living in the same house, a house with a boyfriend, and we had her room, the corridor, and my room, and we started on my free cams on the same at the same time to see what camming was all about. And so we kind of helped each other because we were like talking to each other through the door and being on cam as well, talking to our clients. And so our client was like, who are you talking to? And telling Angela, oh, my client's gonna come to see you, and she was like, oh, my client's gonna come and see you. And so we kind of exchanged, and we had like some fun as well together, just kissing and stuff like that, just to light up the room and do some fun stuff. So it was good starting this way, you know, not completely alone and in a new job by myself on my webcam and stuff. And I remember having kind of nice clients still, so even at the beginning they were cool. Sometimes we just in a session and we laugh just too much because we do silly jokes and talk a lot. I talk a lot, and we end up laughing too much. We just can't even finish the show because we can't touch ourselves anymore. Because we're just having so much fun and doing jokes, and I don't know. It's just the way it is, and I think that's good because yeah, it's a good story. It's fun, and like you would think that it's only about pervs and sex and treating you like shit or something, but no, it's not. We even play like hangman online for money without showing a boob. So I've got too many stories. So it's like probably every single cam girls or cam boy or couples, too many stories. But I think this one would be my favorite. Not finishing a show because we're laughing too much. And so like we do that another time. Yes, let's do that another time. Better when I stop crying. Well, there's not many cons, so I'm gonna start with that. I guess like every self-employed person, it's like, okay, if I don't work, I don't get paid. So you always have to be like, okay, schedule, that is mine, and I'm gonna do this and for that many hours and keep to a schedule. Very important. Otherwise, you become very lazy and very poor. So I think that's the most difficult thing. Well, thinking about trolls, but you can kick them out so easy on cam. You know, it's like not like stripping when someone is being a dick and you can't kick him out for being a dick. But in a chat room, I just have to tell him, well, I don't like the way you act, so whether you leave or I'm kicking you out. Usually they leave. Just have to stay, put and firm. A bit of authority wouldn't hurt anyone. So yeah, that would be it. I don't think there's cons, there's more. No, that's it. And pros, oh my God, I've got a huge list. Well, I work whenever, wherever, however I want, and that is so rare. And if I don't want to do something, I just say I don't want to do this, and I just don't do it. And I've got a lot of freedom, and I've got enough money with the lot of freedom I have to spend that money. Maybe too much time, too much free time to spend money. So yeah, it's a lot of freedom, and that's awesome. And there's no pressure. You go to work and just sit down and talk to my clients. They click for a show, you do your thing. They like it, they don't like it. It just doesn't really matter. We're not kind of sometimes we're just not made for each other, but just and then you go on and move on to the next one and have a laugh and there's no pressure and yeah, no pressure. I thought at the time, like when I was younger, that I would like to be like an accountant and stuff like that. And you know, I see me, saw me, I was, yeah, saw me. Damn, my English is not getting better, is it? I was seeing myself as like a businesswoman. And no, it's like on the phone all the time, like being, quick with everything, managing your time. And no, no way. It's just no pressure and no pressure, money and free time at work all together is gold. Literally, it's good. So I I don't actually think I could do anything else. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I think about changing job, but I'm like, no, that's not possible. Nope. I'm pretty vanilla on cam. I don't do much, but I talk. Damn, I talk. Poor people. I even did a show one day and it was like, you talking too much. I'm like, what, just having a conversation is like, so we stopped masturbating and we talked for like half an hour. He stayed and talked to me. That was good. So that's my niche. I talk. And apparently that's kind of rare because a lot of girls just type and stuff. So I'm like, I'm happy to talk. And I'm honest. That's for sure. I keep track of like the shows I have to do, or like the number of minutes we use and stuff like that, and people trust me, and sometimes they think they don't have minutes left, and I say yes we do, and there's just like a whole trusting honesty relationship, I think, and that's, I don't know, I think that's the key. And probably the French accent, my niche. Like all the French people, since a lot of French girls, for safety reasons, privacy reasons, block friends. Um, I'm one of the few who doesn't, who don't, who doesn't, who doesn't. So I think it's good. Like they can come and yeah, I've got the Frenchmen in my room. And yeah, just like I think because I'm myself completely on cam, like my clients know everything about me, and I kind of know a lot about them. I ask them a lot each time they told me, "Are you from the FBI or CIA?" I'm like, "No, I don't know." I like knowing stuff about people. It's fun. That's why I'm here. And so it's like kind of the girl next door, definitely. I could be your neighbor. Oh, I will probably be your neighbor at some point, and it's good. I think that's why people come back. My family, let's start with this because they follow me through bisexual relationship, escaping the house, stripping, camming, so it's kind of an escalation for them. So obviously, and my mom is not really happy. They know, everybody knows what my job is. Everybody. I didn't want to live a lie. They don't ask about my job, obviously. How did it go today? No. I fucked 40 guys, yay! No, no, no. But my mom is, well, not so happy, but we still have a good relationship, and she sees me happy, and I think that's like a relief. Obviously, she sees me, I've got no stress. I'm like, okay, good. And we just don't talk about it. My brother, just last month, to say you should change your job, and I'm like, no. Say, well, you should. I'm like, no. Why would I? Give me one good reason why I should change my job. So I don't know. It is a big brother. So I don't think he minds the actual job. It just mind that his little sister likes to be naked in front of thousands of people every day. That's like a concept for big brothers and parents, kind of tough. My sister is alright. She doesn't say anything. She's like, whatever. She sees me happy too, so it's like, okay. And friends, well, they're like, we know you. It's not surprising. It's like, one of your other adventures. So, so they know. And it doesn't really affect any relationships. My friends are still my friends. My sex friends are still my sex friends, even though they want to know where I work. And my family is still my family. And that's it. We're good. I think the bad thing is like because sex is every day in my life. My Twitter, when I open my Twitter, I see pussies in my face. It's kind of like a little bit annoying, but you get used to it. You're like, oh, okay, breakfast. All right, okay, breakfast first. But since it's every day in my life, I speak about it like I would speak about the weather. And I think it may shock a few people because they're like, oh, what did you say? Like, what did you do today? And I'm like, oh, sorry. Okay, let's take it slow, especially people I don't know yet. So that would be a bad thing, like speaking too freely about sexual stuff and like my personal life. I'm an open book, so if people ask questions, I'm like kind of blunt when it comes to it. And for good, I think I will be a better girlfriend and maybe wife, who knows? Don't laugh. If you're my client and you're watching this, don't laugh. But yeah, like when you strip, you see some girls, you see it's obviously a guy thing to pay for sexual services, but you're like, okay, it's dancing, it's a different level when camming. But when you cam and you've got that many clients, more than stripping, I think, you're like, okay, they definitely got different needs. It's a male thing. And then you understand better why they want sex with you all the time. And so if you get it better, then you can be a better girlfriend or friend even, or sex friend or wife. And so yeah, like I hear about a lot of fantasies, a lot of fetish, and if I have a boyfriend one day who has one of them, I won't, I cannot be like, ew, what's that like? I know what you're talking about, and it's okay with me. And if it's not, then I say it. But kind of, I can deal with this kind of stuff. I think it's good. It, I'm learning so much every day. In I'm not saying only about sex, just general culture. Since we've got clients from France, but from regions I don't know, and they tell me like food specialties and stuff like that. I know all the states of the USA and can place them on the map, which I didn't know before, and time zones and a lot of things, politics. And I think that's a very good thing. That's changed me. I'm a more open-minded sexually and more, do you say cultured person? I'm not sure, educated person, something like that. The $10,000 a week that you see like shining, no, I mean it can. I'm not saying it cannot, definitely can. Depends how many hours you work and what's your personality and when you work and how you work and what toys you have, what heels you have, what you don't have. It anything can be possible, but it's not gonna happen in one day. I mean, I started on a website that was not really good for me for like $400 a month, right? And I worked more hours than I work now, and now I make 500 a week. And it doesn't seem a lot, I think, in USA, 2000 a month. But in France, it's like 1,800 euros, and like the minimum wage in France is like 1,200 euros. So it's good. So yeah, just like the shiny speech about the 10,000 a week, it can be done, but it's not gonna be done in 1 year, I think. Even like 5,000 a month, definitely, but 10,000 a week. Just yeah, it all depends on you, pretty much. And your pictures, your advertising, your Twitter accounts, everything is going to be out there. Your videos, if you sell videos, it's going to be out there on the internet probably forever. So you have to be very careful, or at least to be okay, to picture yourself. Like that's what I do sometimes because sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm on internet. It's just like, oh, and you have to train how to be okay with it sometimes. Even after 3.5 years, I do that once in a while, just like picture all my pictures out there and videos and clients who could make the link between my real name and my fake name with pictures and find out where you are, and especially if you've got a private life, if you've got another job on the side, if you've got a boyfriend who doesn't know, or your family who doesn't know, and it's like Facebook. It's like I know someone who knows someone who knows someone, and it's gonna end up like being known what you do, and someone's gonna see you, you know. your ladies part. I don't know how to say that. So yeah, just be sure that's what you want to do. Before I started, I blocked friends for 10 months because I wanted to be sure that first my family knew what I do, like yeah, know what I do, because I didn't want any kind of blackmailing bullshit. Could happen. I don't think it did, but maybe with other girls, but it could. There are some weird people out there who wants to make money of you or get free shows or whatever. And so I didn't want any blackmail thing. And I didn't want any neighbors and stuff like that finding out because I wasn't sure I was going to stay. And so after 10 months, I unblocked friends. I was like, okay, good. Now I'm ready to be completely committed to the job. So that's it. I'm going in both feet. So you have just to be sure, I think. And not too young. I know 18 is like the legal age to do this, but I still think it's too young. Like you just came out of high school and you do that, and you have no time to see the difference between a normal job, whatever you call it these days, like, and being an employee and what it requires, and know the rights and wrong of being an employee, and then you kind of out of your own and being your own boss, and it seems easy, but it's not. So I would say do something else before, like, I don't know, till 23, 24, and then you're good to go. And yes, I would like to share that I like my job. I like what I do, and it's like any other job. If you like what you do, keep doing it and be honest about it. Don't hide it. There's no point. And then that's how people kind of think it's private and it's dirty because you hide it. You're like, if you this little story that happened to me like last week with like I've got a group of bilingual people, and so I met someone and he was like, so what do you do? And he's like a 40 years old guy, and so what do you do? And I was like, oh, I do webcam shows like online for adults like plus 18. And and I had like a blank silence, looked at me and was like, huh? What? And he made me repeat, and he was like, oh, I've heard it good the first time, but you said it like you were an accountant. I was like, yeah, well, because that's my job, and I like my job, so I'm not hiding it. And I think that's the key, because if you hide it or you say, yeah, I do, I show my, and you kind of hesitate and like, you're not sure about your jobs. Whether you say nothing, you say something else, whatever, you made up a lie, or you say it like you own it. You say it straight, like it's like I say, like the weather. And this way, I think mentality will change because they will say, "Oh, she likes her job, and she said it like it's nothing, so maybe it's nothing, and it is nothing. We're good." So that's it. Over and out.